Well, this time next week, we will know who's wearing that prestigious green jacket. It's Masters Week, and one upstate town is celebrating unlike any other. Greenwood is just 1 hour from Augusta, and today they'll be teeing off Masters Week with a special celebration.
So Masters Monday at the Market is what we call it, is our showcase, our Uptown Market there in Greenwood in the heart of Uptown. And it really celebrates the event of the week, obviously in our area, just across the river in Georgia, in Augusta, but we really embrace being a stopover on the way there. And so we will have local vendors and merchants, food trucks, drinks, live music, and I think there'll be some golf giveaways as well.
And make sure you check out our website to hear that entire interview with the mayor on how the biggest golf tournament in the world gives Greenwood a big economic boost.
All right, golf fans. Honestly, it's golf fans or not. Just get ready because the Masters kicks off this week in Augusta, Georgia, bringing in big business for the city that's just a little over 2 hours away.
Yeah, not too far at all. This morning, we're hearing from business owners on what the Masters means to them.
This has been a very busy month getting ready, just making sure that we're ready for our guests.
Because ready or not, guests are coming to town.
Every time someone comes in, they're looking for something different, so we get to tell something different about Augusta.
And take back with them a piece of Augusta.
Nobody else has this kind of place. We're just really expecting for people to come in out of town to be able to experience Augusta.
An experience leaving an everlasting impact on locals.
We click every time someone comes in, so we keep a...
You can click people.
There we go. Yeah. We've had 30 people this hour. Well, so far our sales have just exceeded last year, so we're kind of neck to neck with last year. We just surpassed it just a little bit.
It's 1 week out of the year, taking months of preparations.
It impacts us really good. We have really good staff that's always motivated and keeping everyone happy. I mean, when you're coming to make a candle, you can't really be mad. You can always be happy making a candle.
In the meantime, one upstate town is celebrating unlike any other. Greenwood is just an hour away from Augusta, and today they'll be teeing off Masters Week with a special celebration.
So Masters Monday at the Market is what we call it, is our showcase, our Uptown Market there in Greenwood in the heart of Uptown. And it really celebrates the event of the week, obviously in our area, just across the river in Georgia, in Augusta, but we really embrace being a stopover on the way there. And so we will have local vendors and merchants, food trucks, drinks, live music, and I think there'll be some golf giveaways as well.
Sound like a good old time. Coming up at 6:30 this evening, you can hear our entire interview with the mayor on how the biggest golf tournament in the world brings some big bucks to Greenwood.
All right, folks, it is Masters Week. Today, kick off the beginning of one of the most watched golf tournaments in the world. Masters Week right up the road in Augusta, Georgia. My hometown, with thousands of fans expected to visit the Augusta National Golf Club. And practice rounds will get underway this morning in just a few minutes, with the first round set for 7:30 this morning.
Well, outside the course, there are all kinds of businesses waiting for old and new customers just to walk on through the doors.
Oh, yeah, and Sydney Hood stopped by downtown Augusta to get an inside look at the last-minute rush to get prepared.
This has been a very busy month getting ready, just making sure that we're ready for our guests.
Because ready or not, guests are coming to town.
Every time someone comes in, they're looking for something different, so we get to tell something different about Augusta.
And take back with them a piece of Augusta.
Nobody else has this kind of place. We're just really expecting for people to come in out of town to be able to experience Augusta.
An experience leaving an everlasting impact on locals.
We click every time someone comes in, so we keep a...
You can click people.
There we go. Yeah. We've had 30 people this hour. Well, so far our sales have just exceeded last year, so we're kind of neck to neck with last year. We just surpassed it just a little bit.
It's 1 week out of the year, taking months of preparations.
It impacts us really good. We have really good staff that's always motivated and keeping everyone happy. I mean, when you're coming to make a candle, you can't really be mad. You can always be happy making a candle.
Well, this time next week, we will know who's wearing the prestigious green jacket. It is Masters Week, and one upstate town is celebrating unlike any other. Greenwood is just an hour away from Augusta, and today they'll be teeing off Masters Week with a special celebration.
So Masters Monday at the market is what we call it, is our showcase, our uptown market there in Greenwood in the heart of uptown. And it really celebrates the event of the week, obviously in our area, just across the river in Georgia, in Augusta, but we really embrace being a stopover on the way there. And so we will have local vendors and merchants, food trucks, drinks, live music, and I think there'll be some golf giveaways as well.
Well, later today, we'll hear more from Mayor Smith and the impact the Masters Tournament will have on the Greenwood community. We'll have that interview coming up for you at 6:30 this evening.
Oh, man. Well, we were just talking about... We're just talking about my favorite part, which is the food and the drinks and the sweet tea down at the Augusta National and all that good stuff. So we actually got a taste of the Masters. We're going to be doing that at 9 o'clock. So
I'm excited for this. I'm a first-timer, so I'm excited
looking
for
forward to it. Yeah.
Ain't nothing like it.
It's going to be a big week.
Yeah.
This is my favorite week of the entire year.
You're a
I
big golf
love the
fan.
Masters tournament. If you've never been to the Masters, seeing it on TV just doesn't do it justice until you walk in a beautiful place. It's great. And it's always competitive. And I just happen to have the odds of who may win. You may want to know.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler won last year. And I think he's got a pretty good shot of winning again this year.
Cool.
Rory McIlroy still looking for his first green jacket. John Rahm would be third that they think will win. Cam Smith, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, Will Zalatoris, Max Homa has had a good year. So, but you never know. Going into that Saturday and Sunday tournament,
It could be so unpredictable.
It could change so quickly. Yeah, and I just hope the weather's going to hold out for everybody on that weekend.
Yeah,
Good
I
stuff
hope
if
so,
it
too.
does.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
It really is.
Well, it is 7:27 now. Now, here's what's new at 9. Some terrific news for you guys this morning. It's Masters Week here at Fox Carolina. And now, you don't even have to land a coveted ticket to try one of Augusta National's famous pimento cheese sandwiches. Margaret Ann and Caddy Chris are here now to break down what's on the menu at Augusta National.
Oh, man. Can you smell it, Ashley?
I
don't know if you
and
can
it
or
looks
not.
so good, too.
Not to mention this beautiful golf course behind us we get to do. I mean, this is all almost like being there.
It really is.
Yeah,
Almost.
Almost. It's not, but it's
Almost
close.
like.
It's
All
close.
right. We're going to tell our folks out there what we have in front of us today. What do you have over there?
Yeah, well, this is the package that you could order, and obviously it's too late to do it now, but you could order this and have a Masters party at your house. And they're famous for their pimento cheese, egg salad, and barbecue. And you get a package with just about all of this stuff in it. Chips, cookies, decorations, all of that kind of stuff. Not to mention the pimento cheese, egg salad, and barbecue, which is all great. You just have to use your own bread.
Yeah,
That's all.
exactly.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite out of all of those?
The sandwiches?
Yeah.
Egg salad.
Same.
Hands down.
That's
The
what I'm known
barbecue's
for,
good and the
like.
pimento cheese is good. And the thing about Masters is they're only like $1.50, $1.75
Yeah.
a sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, so you can walk around the course, eat great food, and watch some great golf all week.
Oh, yeah. It's so much fun.
It
It's so much
is.
fun to do that. And then, and this smells just absolutely amazing. The chocolate chip cookies are amazing. The package is $175,
I think so, yeah. We got it for our family for Saturday. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, Brian mentioned it rained all Saturday. But we got the package for our family on Saturday afternoon to watch the Masters and eat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm ready to taste some of it. Are
Okay,
you?
let's do it. Taste what. Which one are you going
I
for?
got to get eggs. I'm going egg salad.
All right, tell me
This is just-
if you feel like you're at Amen Corner when you bite into it.
Let me close my eyes so I can just kind of
Can you
imagine.
smell the azaleas? And the...
I smell it.
Yeah.
That and a couple of beers.
There you go. Instead of beers, though, we actually have Arnold Palmer's, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people may not know what Arnold Palmer's are.
Okay.
Let me tell you what
Tell
this
us.
is. He discovered this a long time ago. He would take sweet tea and lemonade, and I think there was an actual proportion that he actually had for his own, but I want to say it's like a quarter cup of lemonade and tea and then lemonade on top of that. So it's called Arnold Palmer, and then you can buy this stuff. I'm going to show you. You can buy this stuff with it. It's got Arnold's picture on it. Of course, he passed away, not there anymore, but the Arnold Palmer lives on. So that's one of the famous drinks down there.
Chris, you mentioned just how cheap some of these sandwiches are, so I want to run them down because I know we have them right here while you enjoy that egg salad.
Yeah, I'm going to eat this.
I'm going to get mine in a minute. Pimento cheese sandwich, that's $1.50. The barbecue, a little up, $3. Soft drink or water is just $2. The chips are $1, and the cookies are $1.50.
So reasonable.
Did you just lick that?
I did. I did. It was about to fall out.
Oh my goodness! No, I feel like I'm back out there. I mean, you know, growing up in Augusta, this is kind of like home to me.
Yeah, that's huge for you.
You know, I was talking to some friends the other day, and we were laughing because if you're familiar with the area, the Augusta National, they've bought up in the last decade or so. They've bought up so much of the area surrounding the original Augusta National.
Yep.
Just for mainly parking, but there's that one couple, that one home right there.
Didn't give it up.
They won't give it up. And I Googled it the other day because I said, I wonder what that home looks like. I haven't been so long. And it's just the one home right in the middle of all of this parking. And the couple, they've done some interviews, and they said that people like come by still, and they say, are you ready to give up your house now? We'll offer you 7 figures.
Oh, boy.
I know. Isn't that funny?
Well, you can't beat the spread. Shout out to Sam, who put all this together for us. She did a great job, and I mean, it looks great. And cheers to the Masters.
Cheers to the Masters. Ashley, Brian?
Love it.
Hey, let me say something. That sandwich don't stand a chance with Chris over there, huh?
No, he's plowing through that thing. And I never thought I'd want barbecue pork before 10 a.m. like this, but hey, here we are.
I have my eye on that sandwich, too. Well, hopefully the weather looks just as pretty as what their setup behind them. It was looking absolutely fantastic, but we might have some showers today to compete with.
For sure, yeah. But even looking ahead toward the end of the week, I wish we had a better forecast for the weekend. But yeah, it's of course not only is it Masters weekend, it's going to be Easter weekend. A lot of things riding on it. Easter Sunday does look the best out of the weekend, but still kind of dreary and much, much cooler after a temperature roller coaster ride.
Well, Masters Week is in full swing. See what I did there?
Yeah.
With thousands of fans making the trip to the Augusta National Golf Club.
Just yesterday, it kicked off the practice round of the tournament with fans hoping to get a glimpse of their favorite players. Nick Proto has a look from the once-in-a-lifetime experience.
They come from near Atlanta and far.
Seattle, Washington.
Edinburgh, Scotland.
First-timers.
Once-in-a-lifetime trip.
And familiar faces.
Well, my first one was 1960.
They line the ropes to get a look at their favorite player.
Being honest, it's just like the first time I saw my wife in her wedding dress. It's just like no other greater feeling.
And wait in lines hundreds deep for a chance to get some gear.
The hoodies, hats, one of everything. One of everything.
Shirts and pullovers. Those are big.
Yeah. Umbrella. Everything. A lot of everything. A little bit of magnets. Practical stuff. Yeah.
The patrons are part of what makes this tournament so special, and there's nothing quite like seeing it through the lens of a first-timer.
Overwhelming, unequivocal, beautiful, more people than I expected.
It's just perfect. I mean, it's just never seen something like this more beautiful in my life.
Even for those who have never been here, walking the course is a trip down memory lane.
We went down to see where Bubba Watson hit the shot from to the right of 10 and hooked it around there, and it's impossible that ball did that.
And for those who have been coming for years, they treat every time like it's their last.
You just try to savor every minute that you've been here, because like you said, be able to get tickets and be healthy enough to come and do what you want to do is a blessing, really.
So cool meeting so many different people from all over the country, really all over the world, and just hearing their stories and what brought them here and how excited they are to be here. And I don't remember a line out at the patron shop ever being as long as I saw it today. Hundreds, if not thousands of patrons all lined up trying to get their hands on some Masters merchandise. I'm Nick Proto reporting at Augusta National, Fox Carolina News.
Camera, a trend may get most of the attention. Greenwood is also benefiting from the tournament unlike any other.
Our photojournalist Clayton Caldwell has more from downtown.
Well, actually, my sorority sisters invited me to come with them, and I came, thought it would be a great idea. We got food, and then I saw the golf inflatable, and I was like, oh, I have to try this. I used to play golf in high school, and I haven't in about 2 years, so I had to see if my swing was still good.
Is it?
I'd say so.
I'm here to enjoy the food, enjoy this train that's going by, and enjoy the fellowship, the fun, and meet my whole people that I haven't seen in this good old hometown of Greenwood.
In other towns, like the Masters isn't really a big deal, but since we're really close, it's a very big deal here.
Augusta's just full to the brim. It's less than an hour drive. People stay further away than that to go to Augusta, so we love the Masters. It's the best time of the year. Besides Christmas, this is our season.
I like the game of golf sometimes, yeah.
Do you think you could compete in the Masters?
I think I could. I've never been to a Masters, but if Tiger Woods still in it, I would love to face him in a title.
I think I could be able to hold my ground.
We love the tournament. We love the people that come and patronize the tournament and patronize Greenwood. And just thank you so much to everybody that's coming out and supporting Greenwood and coming down and staying down here. We love you.
That was sweet. Come to say I love it.
I know. Masters Week here on The Morning News, and today's special guest is a real hole-in-one. Ashley is joined with First Tee of the Upstate to learn all about the lessons that they teach on and off the golf course to build some future game changers out there. Ashley?
Oh, absolutely. We are so excited to have our guest this morning. First things first, we're going to get you guys to introduce yourselves. We'll start with you.
Hi, my name's Sierra.
Good morning, Sierra.
Michael Pius. I'm the executive director.
Okay, good morning to you both. So let's dig right into our segment. I did have some time to go to your website, and within the description it says, at First Tee, we're building game changers by empowering kids and teens through golf. Why is this so important to you guys?
Yeah, so, you know, especially over the past few years, a lot of kids and teens dealing with isolation. This is probably the safest thing that they've had over the past few years, dealing with the pandemic, being outside. You don't want to be 6 feet close to someone swinging a metal golf club, right? So you get outside. We also have amazing mentors that teach our program, that teach those life skills, those skills that are not only going to make them great golfers, but great people and future leaders of our country. So,
and you just touched on something that I wanted to make sure that I address with you. Either one of you can answer. What sort of life skills do you think folks can learn from when it comes to golf?
Yeah, so I mean, the first one that we teach is just shaking hands, looking someone in the eye, and introducing yourself. But also, you know, goal setting, like Sierra has been doing, you know, through her high school career, and you know, playing high school golf and possibly playing college golf now too. So she can probably speak to the goal setting and you know, those types of skills that we teach. Sure. So First Tee teaches us core values. My favorite is responsibility, because you have to have responsibility in the game of life and the game of golf. First Tee has taught me to just keep pushing yourself harder and faster. So
that's got to make you proud. She's learned that life lesson, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's great to see the kids grow up. I mean, Sierra's been with us for about 5-6 years here. She started with the First Tee in Delaware. And it's been great to kind of see these kids grow up. I've been with the First Tee for 11 years, and now you know, some of my students have gone off, played college golf, and then now are working for the First Tee. So coming full circle and seeing the value of that program and how it changed their life has been pretty amazing to see. So,
that's beautiful. And Sierra, your hard work has paid off. You just got a scholarship.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to tell us about that?
I received the Youth on Course scholarship.
Oh, girl.
Youth on Course is just a affordable way to play golf, get out on courses, and just play golf. So I was blessed to receive that scholarship.
We are so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
So what other courses does First Tee offer?
Sure, yeah. So we do 3 types of programs. 2 are outreach programs. We go to where the kids have to be. So they have to be in school, right?
Yes.
So we train PE teachers to conduct our programming. We use kind of similar equipment that we have kind of laying right here, where we teach it in the PE class, and we teach our 9 core values. We teach our 4 basic swings, you know, chip, pitch, putt, full swing, in the PE class. So instead of just taking a basketball and just throwing it out in the gym and say run around for 20 minutes, ours is a very structured program where we teach the life skills along with the physical swing of the golf swing. So we also go to boys and girls clubs because they have to be somewhere after school, and then obviously the biggest impact is at the golf course. So we've partnered with about 10 golf courses right now, driving ranges, different locations all across the upstate, from Gaffney all the way to Anderson, and now we're actually expanded into Greenwood. So we're down in 96. We've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club there. So there's a lot of ways to get involved with our chapter as a youth, but also as a volunteer. So there could be viewers out there that want to give back to their community, love the game of golf, but also making an impact on a kid's life. And we have a great way of doing that. So they can go on our website and check out our volunteer page.
It sounds like a very well-rounded program. So if we wanted to encourage folks at home watching us this morning, how would you encourage them to get involved with First Tee?
Yeah, so, involved in our summer program. We're right now in our spring program, so we've already, full with our spring programming, but take a look at our fall offering or our summer offerings. Registration is going to open up here soon, and then volunteerism, and then also donors. We're a nonprofit, so we're a local nonprofit. So everything that we raise here stays here in the community and impacts the lives like Sierra and our hundreds of other kids. Yeah, so we have a Kentucky Derby party coming up May 6th, which is really funny that our biggest fundraiser has nothing to do with golf. But it is a blast. Get your big hat ready, your sundress. The guys with their seersucker suits will be at BMW Zentrum. It's a blast. Silent auction, live auction. We watch the race on the biggest screen in the upstate. So it's a lot of fun.
It gives people a reason to get dressed up, too.
Yeah. So, if you know a kid that you think would benefit from the program, please have them reach out to our website, parent, guardian. We offer financial aid, so we don't want, cost to be a factor, and that's why we raise funds. So we're always, offering financial aid. We offered over $19,000 last year, and we're probably going to be closer to $25,000 this year. So, we provide equipment, the teaching, the instruction, and everything for the kids. So.
All right, Chris and Sierra, we thank you so much for joining us on the Morning News here at Fox Carolina, and we wish you both the absolute very best. And so proud of you again.
Thank you so much
for getting that scholarship. Mac, we'll send things back to you.
All right, so get this. It is harder to bring home Masters tickets than it is to get into Harvard. So for a lot of people heading south to Amen Corner, it could be their first and maybe last time visiting the Augusta National.
And it's something that a lot of us never get to experience. Reporter Tim Gadera shows us how these first-time patrons are soaking it all in.
The distance they walked across Augusta National's Great Green Expanse was nowhere close to how far they traveled to get here.
14 hours. A lot of rain on the way in, maybe a few too many stops for my father.
But neither mattered as much as the opportunity to finally see in person the place they had only dreamed about before.
You don't ever think that it's a place you're gonna ever go. So really, when he told us we got tickets, I was just crazy. It was like amazing.
The patrons at Augusta National for the first day of Masters Week got their tickets through the tournament's lottery system for practice rounds. Then they felt as if they hit the jackpot again when they arrived at the course that was a bigger attraction than the players on it.
Oh, man, it's amazing. It's the nicest course I've ever been to. I feel jealous I can't play here.
Oh, it's awesome. First time here. It's been quite an experience so far. Just how beautiful the course is. I don't think people understand the true elevation changes when you watch it on TV, so walking the course this morning has just been a wonderful experience.
They had heard all that before, and they had waited to see it for themselves in years of unsuccessful attempts at the practice round lottery.
Oh, we've been trying for probably 8-10 years and finally got the opportunity this year.
So far today, we followed Tiger Woods around, off of the 10th tee and sort of just crisscrossed little ways here and there, and it was great. Got our photos taken in front, doing the whole thing, had a pimento cheese sandwich, the whole deal.
Been dreaming to come to this hallowed ground, and it's been an absolute dream. It's like living in a simulation. It's absolutely beautiful.
And it is not an experience they will forget, no matter how long it might take them to come back.
It is a cool experience, I have to say. They say that attending the Masters can be a transformative experience. I don't know about that. All right. But if you plan on being a patron in the crowd there, here are some basic do's and don'ts for you. So let's get started with the one written rule right here. No phones allowed. They're forbidden at the National there. So if you need to make a call, there are pay phones for you. No ladders or selfie sticks. Who's bringing a ladder? The people at the Masters want to make sure that everyone gets a fair view, so I guess that's what it is. No running. If you get caught, you will be escorted out. I've seen it happen.
Wow.
No taking someone else's seat or fold-up chair, even if it's been abandoned for hours. And number 5, no tipping allowed. Augusta National doesn't allow it.
If the seat, okay, I'll get back to that in a moment. As for the unwritten rules when it comes to dress code, no backwards hats or denim, no napping for the fans, no shouting mashed potatoes or dilly-dilly at the players. You can't shout that. No fishing in the courses, many ponds, or wait, no fishing, because there's many ponds on the courses. And don't ask for an autograph. All those things are forbidden. Now,
welcome back. Masters Week is in full swing at Augusta National, with the players busy on the course for their practice rounds ahead of Thursday's first round of play. Our sports director Beth Houle is in Augusta catching up with fans from the upstate that made the trip. Take a look.
Around 50,000 people take to the course at Augusta for a practice round, and that included a great showing from the upstate and the Midlands. Some, like Douglas Alberts, have made the trip a few times.
It's probably the most amazing sporting event in the world.
While others, like the Lewis brothers, have tried for years.
This is my second time out here. Came out last year with my brother on a whim.
It was completely different being on a tournament day and then being on a practice round. Being on a practice round is a little more relaxed.
Still others, like Carrie Norrell and her husband, lucked out with some really good friends.
They called us up about, 72 hours ago and said, hey, would you like to come? And we said, of course, we'd love to. So we called out of work, we got here, we figured out something for the kids, and here we are, and we have loved it. It's been wonderful.
With history down every fairway, there was a common goal for most.
Visit every hole that you can. Definitely go to Amen Corner.
My goal was to walk the whole course and see the whole course.
We walked the whole course, saw all of our favorite players, and then sat for a little bit too. So I feel like when we leave, we feel like we checked the box to have enjoyed the whole day.
Along with the chance to remember the trip with anything and everything they could get their hands on from the golf shop.
So we thought we'd have a comma, and we did not have a comma. So we were proud of ourselves for not having a comma.
Let's just say I'm walking a little lighter.
Everyone was happy at the gift shop. A lot of great products in there. The girlfriend's happy, family's happy.
Those receipts a fleeting moment compared to the memories they know they'll cherish forever.
I was waiting for 29 years to come.
Being able to come to Augusta is second to none.
It's just really special to see, basically the whole world come here to enjoy kind of these next 4 days, and to know that it's in our backyard kind of feels really special.
In Augusta, for The Morning News, I'm Beth Houle.
6:23 this morning, and welcome back. Masters Week is in full swing at Augusta National. Today is the final day of practice before the competition tees off tomorrow.
Well, Chad Maxwell is going to give us a closer look at how the big-name athletes are getting ready.
Players continued their practice rounds into Tuesday, including Georgia Southern's own Ben Carr. For the second straight day, Carr teamed up with other Columbus natives in the legend, Larry Mize, and Georgia alum Russell Henley. And Mize, who was playing in his 40th Masters, wants this piece of advice to stick with Carr the most as he heads to tee box number 1 on Thursday.
Just to really enjoy it and trust your talent, believe in it, and just let it go. There's nothing you can do. And I think you need to respect the golf course, but not fear it. That was something I told him as well, and I think we all need to do that. You got to respect this golf course, but you can't fear it. You can't play in fear out there. It's going to be a long week.
Thanks to receiving wisdom from the 87 Masters champ, expect Carr to be in attack mode come Thursday.
And there's definitely shots you want to play conservatively, but he says to take advantage of the opportunities you get. So I think that was good for somebody like me to hear, who kind of would have a tendency to come out here and just play scared. So it's nice to hear that from him, and to know that was kind of how he went about it in his day. And I'm going to try and do the same.
Carr is set to tee off his first round on Thursday with Group 19 at 11:42 a.m. From a player competing in his first Masters to a 5-time champion, Tiger Woods. There was a buzz throughout the front 9 on Tuesday morning as Woods teed off his first practice round of the week. He looked healthy and confident and now embraces the role of being a mentor for the younger players. But don't sleep on the 47-year-old when tournament play begins on Thursday.
That's what this tournament allows us to do, is pass on knowledge and gain knowledge from the past and apply it. And whether I'm a threat to them or not, who knows? People probably didn't think I was a threat in 19 either, but it kind of turned out okay.
Good morning and welcome back. If you're just now joining us, the time is right about 5:24. The Masters officially tees off today at Augusta National, and for all the turmoil professional golf has gone through this last year, the Masters is providing some relief from the hostilities. Our sports director Beth Houle has the details on how PGA Tour players and the LIV Tour guys are getting on this week.
The golfers who have signed with LIV have been banned from playing in PGA Tour events, but the PGA Tour doesn't run the Masters or any of the other majors in golf. So Augusta National was able to rule independently and said, at least for now, the LIV players are eligible. They extended 18 golfers an invitation this week. Some of those big names that signed with LIV include three-time Masters winner Phil Mickelson, along with 2020 champion and South Carolina native Dustin Johnson. The LIV Tour players and PGA Tour players like Rory McIlroy, who has been outspoken against the LIV Tour, have been asked all week about the new dynamics of this field.
For me, it's the same. I mean, all my buddies are still my buddies, and, you know, we play, and it's still golf, so it doesn't matter where you play at.
I think this tournament is bigger than all of that. You know, it's a narrative and it's a storyline, but, you know, the Masters and the four major championships sit above all that noise, and that's the way it should be this week.
The fans seem to be following a similar script this week, with most of the people who don't love the LIV Tour or the players being here not wanting to talk about it on camera. But the vast majority excited to see some faces that they've missed.
They qualify, let them come play. You know, I'm not a big LIV fan, but that's for another day. This is the Masters. Everybody's been respectful. It's Augusta National. It's a different place.
A lot of the players that went to LIV, we love them, and so we're happy that, you know, everybody can kind of be one again.
However it turns out, I mean, I appreciate the PGA. I can understand the LIV. I'm torn, but, you know, just want to see good competition.
The LIV Tour has been criticized from a lot of different angles, but one of the biggest thorns remains Greg Norman. The former #1 golfer and now LIV Tour CEO did not receive an invite to Augusta National this week because of his combativeness with the PGA.
Primary issue and the driver there is that I want the focus this week to be on the Masters competition, on the great players that are participating, the greatest players in the world, which by our decision in December, we ensured that we were going to honor and be consistent with our invitation criteria.
Norman and his comments have created an even bigger divide than likely would have naturally occurred. Five-time Masters winner and fan favorite Tiger Woods has said he doesn't think the two tours can coexist as long as Norman is in charge of LIV. For the Morning News, I'm Beth Houle.
If you didn't know, it's Masters Week, and golf fans from all across the upstate and beyond have descended into Augusta to watch the players tee off. The tournament gets into full swing today, and fans say they're having fun just exploring the grounds. Shopping is one big activity, but beyond that, fans say they love the opportunity to connect with other fans and with their own families, as many of them share their love of the sport with younger generations. And while those experiences may cost them a pretty penny, they say it's worth it.
We have a list, you know, for the husband, the son, the daughter, you know, everybody, the friends, and
the nephews.
But of course, we have to buy ourselves about 3 hats.
Oh, it's about $400. You know, we are contributing to the economic base of Augusta. It is the mecca of golf. You know, beautiful scenery. The golf course is always in just great shape, and you know, just meeting great people here in the city of Augusta.
The Super Bowl of golf. I totally get it. Well, our sports team is covering Masters Week all week for you. We'll be sure to have that coverage as the tournament gets started.
9:41 now. Masters Week is in full swing at the Augusta National, with the players busy on the course for their practice rounds ahead of Thursday's tournament kickoff. Our sports director Beth Houle is down at Amen Corner catching up with fans from the upstate who got their hands on the golden ticket.
Around 50,000 people take to the course at Augusta for a practice round, and that included a great showing from the upstate and the Midlands. Some, like Douglas Alberts, have made the trip a few times.
It's probably the most amazing sporting event in the world.
While others, like the Lewis brothers, have tried for years.
This is my second time out here. Came out last year with my brother on a whim.
It was completely different being on a tournament day and then being on a practice round. Being on a practice round is a little more relaxed.
Still others, like Carrie Norrell and her husband, lucked out with some really good friends.
They called us up about, 72 hours ago and said, hey, would you like to come? And we said, of course, we'd love to. So we called out of work, we got here, we figured out something for the kids, and here we are, and we have loved it. It's been wonderful.
With history down every fairway, there was a common goal for most.
Visit every hole that you can. Definitely go to Amen Corner.
My goal was to walk the whole course and see the whole course.
We walked the whole course, saw all of our favorite players, and then sat for a little bit too. So I feel like when we leave, we feel like we checked the box to have enjoyed the whole day.
Along with the chance to remember the trip with anything and everything they could get their hands on from the golf shop.
So we thought we'd have a comma, and we did not have a comma. So we were proud of ourselves for not having a comma.
Let's just say I'm walking a little lighter.
Everyone was happy at the gift shop. A lot of great products in there. The girlfriend's happy, family's happy.
Those receipts a fleeting moment compared to the memories they know they'll cherish forever.
I was waiting for 29 years to come.
Being able to come to Augusta is second to none.
It's just really special to see basically the whole world come here to enjoy kind of these next 4 days, and to know that it's in our backyard kind of feels really special.
In Augusta, for the Morning News, I'm Beth Wool.
Well, all of these Master stories is really working up our appetites. Earlier in the show, we showed you a meal worthy of Scottie Scheffler himself, and now we are looking at a family-friendly take on the Champions Dinner.
Yeah, our own Caddy Chris is once again joined with Chef Bill in our Fox Garden to give you a meal everyone in the family can enjoy. What y'all got? What y'all cooking up?
Yeah, we're talking Scottie Scheffler's, I'm here in Echo here, Scottie Scheffler's Champions Dinner for the Masters. Anybody who wins the Masters, they get to pick their lunch or dinner when they have it and come back for the next year. And we have Bill from Greenville Tech here who was fixing this, and you've already got all of this list already down pat. Let's tell everybody what they have.
We've got it memorized. So we're starting out with a nice seared steak. Grilled steak. This to be family friendly is a sirloin as opposed to a ribeye. Okay. And then jalapeno cream corn, family style. Some seasoned fries, family style again. Our traditional southern style baked mac and cheese. Brussels sprouts, roasted instead of deep fried. Trying to do a little healthy.
And this next one ought to be pretty nice too.
Yeah, that's the cast iron skillet chocolate chip cookie with his cookies and cream ice cream.
Oh yeah.
So we're putting all this together.
Absolutely, yeah. We wanted to taste this, and again, this is what the champions are served at the Masters, meaning that Scottie Scheffler, who won, and then 34 or so other champions are there to enjoy this dinner. And every one of these champions picked their own dinner, and such a diverse winners over the last few years. So a lot of different ones, but Scottie's is pretty much. I want to taste this corn right here. See how. Oh my, that's really good. Scottie would be proud. Scottie would be proud.
We'll have to get Scottie to come next year. We'll do another dinner since he's going to win again this year.
That's right. I think so
we'll have him come out to Greenville first and then go to Augusta.
I agree with you. I think Scottie may just do it again. We'll see. They're still having the practice rounds down there today, and of course the par 3 tournament. Everything starts up tomorrow, and this is just a great meal, and I'm glad you were able to share Scottie's with us.
Well, thank you for having CHI and the Truist Culinary and Hospitality Innovation Center to come out from Greenville Tech, and I'm glad we could, kind of show the people at home how they could watch TV outside, grill, and have a good time with a nice family-friendly Masters dinner.
Absolutely. Easy and looks good, and all of it tastes good so far. We've had the sliders earlier, which was one of his menus. I'm going to dig into this little dessert here a second, see how it tastes real quick. Let me get another spoon, and I'm going to try to get this. If I can get it, I don't know if I can or not, Scott. Let me see there. I think you don't burn your hands there. Okay. This is chocolate chip cookie, and cookies and cream ice cream. Part of Scottie's champion dinner. That's good. Bill, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
Have a great Masters weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Now you're
9/11 coming up on 9/12, and each year roughly 40,000 people travel to the Georgia town in Augusta for one of golf's most coveted tournaments, the Masters, and one of those 40,000 are 34 former champs. So every year those 52 champs attend the Champions Dinner on the evening of Tuesday's practice round with the menu set by last year's winner. The only guests in attendance are all living champs, and the chairman of Augusta National. The tradition actually first started back in 1952.
Yeah, with those famous green jackets as the dress code, of course. Not only is meals, that's a big talker, up to last year's winner, they also pay for it with the menu typically representing their personal taste. Now, for 2023, it was up to Scotty Scheffler. His final menu included cheeseburger sliders, Scotty style, and also
firecracker shrimp, tortilla soup, Texas ribeye, or redfish, and a warm chocolate chip skillet cookie for dessert. So we've had our Caddy Chris up the entire time here.
Absolutely, and he's joined with Chef Bill from Greenville Tech to try their hand at recreating this very tasty meal selection.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Bill's here from Greenville Tech. Welcome. We appreciate you coming in. Scotty Scheffler was last year's winner, and he did get to choose what he wanted as a menu. And there have been such a variety of different winners over the years, and they all have so many different tastes and different things that they want to serve at the Champions Dinner. So, Bill, we're doing Scotty Scheffler's today, and what are some of the ingredients for that?
Well, this is the start. We kind of played with a healthy bang bang shrimp that he wanted, so we sauteed them with some sweet Thai chili sauce. You're
we got to make a little sauce here, yeah.
Sriracha mayo is the dipping sauce that goes with it.
All right, this goes in too?
You can put a little bit of that in to balance the hot and the sweet.
Okay.
But just instead of frying the shrimp, we sauteed them, made it a little easier.
Yeah.
And then the big mystery has been the slider. What goes on this slider?
Yeah, the slider was the interesting thing. I think it's great just to have that, and most typically you get, lettuce, tomato, pickles, or whatever. There was one little secret ingredient that Scotty changed in that. We just kind of found out about what that is.
Yeah, the secret ingredient was let go on Facebook this morning, and he puts French fries, seasoned fries on his slider with his pickles and lettuce and tomato.
Got a little mayonnaise?
Yep.
Got a little mayonnaise on this, or where do we put that?
I always
just
put
right
a little
on the top of that?
little bit of Duke's on my
all right. Yeah, there you go.
Slider.
Gotta have the Duke's. Gosh, do I get to taste it now?
That's all you.
Oh, check this out, girls. Y'all are going to be so jealous when I hammer this slider. It's going to be so,
Oh, the crunch. Did you hear it, Ashley?
I did. It was the crunch
I
heard
feel like I'm
around the
listening
world.
to ASMR right now.
That was a French fry on top.
What'd you say?
Boy.
Yeah, that's the Scotty
Scotty
style.
did good. I love
Scale
Scotty's
1 to 10,
menu.
Chris.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Okay, well, I guess that's a 10.
Love it. We're gonna cook up some more stuff too, including some of the other ingredients.
Oh my goodness, that
Just a
sounds
little
so good.
And it smells good too, right, girl?
Yeah, it smells so good.
Save us some bang bang shrimp. You eating too fast.
No.
Now, before we came to you, Chris, you said you were going to do something with the food that you're eating. You said you were going to what? Slop?
Ain't no telling what he said.
Swallow, slam the slider.
That's what you said you was going to do, and that's what's happening now, folks.
And that's exactly what I'm doing.
I was nervous for what he was going to say just then.
I think Scotty would be very proud.
Well, that's why we did it.
And there's dessert to come and some other things too that were on that list of Masters things. I'm sorry to talk with my mouth full.
You're doing good.
But we're going to kind of be showing you on the grill outside kind of what's going on with all those and how Bill's cooking all those up too.
All right, sounds good, Chris. Thank you so much.
Well, hopefully some folks, when they take...
Welcome back. It's 8:25. The rounds may not have started just yet, but Masters Week is in full swing right now, and that means that Augusta, Georgia is getting some major business.
Julia Westerman stopped by the pro shop yesterday to ask people just how they're willing to spend on some Masters merch.
What's kind of your routine when you come to the Masters?
I like to head to Amen Corner, and grab a beer.
It is the mecca of golf, beautiful scenery. The golf course is always in just great shape and, just meeting great people here in the city of Augusta.
What's one of your favorite memories of the years that you've been coming to the Masters?
There was a practice round and we were just walking and talking and a ball was right in front of my feet and I went down to pick it up and they said, no! I was like, oh, I dropped it like a hot potato.
So you sound like you would be somebody who would have a routine when you come here.
Absolutely.
So what's yours?
You hit the shops first.
So this isn't everything you've gotten today.
This is everything so far. We have a list, for the husband, the son, the daughter, everybody, the friends, and
the nephews.
But of course, we have to buy ourselves about 3 hats.
Yeah. About how much did that run you?
I hate to tell you. How about $700?
man, what about you?
This is only $500.
Okay, only.
Oh, it's about $400. You know, we are contributing to the economic base of Augusta.
My wife gonna see this?
Maybe.
Maybe. It's about around $800 today. So.
But it's worth it, right?
Oh, all worth it.
On average, with the number of Masters you've been to, about how much money do you think you've spent over the years?
I'm scared to give you that figure.
What keeps you coming back to the Masters?
Oh, just the energy. Everybody is just so happy and excited about being here and shopping and just seeing all the players. It's just a blessing just to be here.
You know what's so funny is I actually just texted a friend today to put it in order. That was Julia Westerman reporting there. Today is the last day of pre-tournament, and round one will be tomorrow. Gates open at 7:30 a.m. Well, today is par 3 day at the Masters, a fun day when the pros can select their families as caddies in their final practice round.
Yeah, for many, it's their favorite day of the week. Sports director Beth Houle is spending time in Augusta and running into some folks from the upstate.
Yeah, the practice rounds are well underway, and fans have been making their way around the course. Plenty of people telling me that they've been able to hit all 18 holes today, and that was a big priority for a lot of folks, having the chance to come out and really see the course in some of these historic spots around Augusta National.
My goal was to walk the whole course and see the whole course. It's pretty important to me. So.
And how have you done on that?
We've seen every hole, I believe. So it was. It's been a lot of walking. It's been exciting. I got to bring my wife out here for the first time, so really excited.
Does it feel like you've walked the whole course?
Yes, absolutely. Knees are hurting, feet are hurting, but it's all worth it.
Wear comfortable tennis shoes because you know what? I think we've clocked in about 6.5 miles so far today, and we got a little more to go. But yeah, it's definitely worth it.
It's probably the most amazing sporting event in the world, and I would say visit every hole that you can. Definitely go to Amen Corner.
And talking to people, I was looking for folks that were from South Carolina, but I met people from all over the country. A lot of people from the southeast, of course, but also a couple of groups from Southern California and a gentleman all the way from Hawaii. He said that he's been putting his name in the lottery for years. He finally drew success this year, and he had to make it happen. Everybody's best advice, if you continue to put your name in that lottery each and every year and you come up without, they say just keep trying because it is so worth it. Reporting for Fox Carolina Sports from Augusta, I'm Beth Houle.
All right, and we got Caddy Chris with us this morning. You're going to be trading in your clubs for an apron, I'm hearing.
Yes. I'm going to be, I think we're going to be doing some Masters cooking or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so later on today we'll have that for you. Today's a big day down at the Masters. They have the par 3 tournament down there today, and that's always fun because the players bring their kids and the family. The kids get to caddy for them. It's just a lot of fun. There's some hole-in-ones and all kind of fun stuff going on down there.
But it sounds like folks need to pack those comfortable shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it involves a lot of walking.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's worth it just to walk around all 18 just to see it.
Yeah.
First time I went in 1987, I walked around the entire course from 1 to 18 3 times.
Ooh.
Just to see every hole that I watch on TV.
Really?
Yeah.
It was great.
I stayed around the gift shop.
Well, yeah, we went to the gift shop too. Yeah, a few $100 later.
Yeah,
$100 later on what kind of items?
Oh, yeah, you buy T-shirts, they have hats, anything with the logo on it. Everybody's buying.
So here's the thing, Ashley. Whenever you find somebody who is going, you give them a list.
Correct.
And everybody finds that one person. You're like, you're going to go? And I go, yeah, I'm going.
While you're
what
there.
do you want?
Yeah, while you're there.
So I was that person that 1 year, so I'm going around looking, I'm thinking, well, you're not supposed to have your phone, so.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
Yeah. It's a great week. My favorite tournament of all time. I love it.
I can tell, for sure.
Fallen trees and multiple suspended plays. The Masters wrapped up with an uninterrupted final round, and John Ram claiming his first ever green jacket. Sports director Beth Houle has all of the news from Augusta.
Sunday at the Masters started off with some big Tiger Woods news. The once #1 player withdrawing due to injury, but there was still plenty of spectacular golf to entertain the masses, especially as that PGA Tour versus Live Tour conversation continued to play out here at Augusta. It was Brooks Koepka and Jon Rahm highlighting that in the marquee matchup. In the end, it was Rahm who claimed his first career Masters, shooting a 69 in the final round with 4 birdies to finish 12 under. Coming into the final round, Brooks Koepka was the man to watch. watch, though, a 2-stroke lead. It was his to lose, and as the round went on, it just slipped away.
Obviously, it's super disappointing, right? Didn't play good enough to win. Hit some shots where I also didn't feel like I got some good breaks.
Meanwhile, Rahm fell into a rhythm.
Obviously, we all dream of things like this as players, and you try to visualize what it's going to be like and what it's going to feel like. And when I hit that third shot on the green, and I could tell it was close by the crowd's reaction, just the wave of emotion of so many things just overtook me. Never thought I was going to cry by winning a golf tournament, but I got very close.
His biggest threat was a few holes in front of him, though, as another LIV golfer was surging up the leaderboard. Phil Mickelson moving up 18 spots on the leaderboard.
I have not been staying focused and present for the upcoming shot, and I make a lot of mistakes, kind of like you saw on Thursday, and that cost me a bunch of strokes. And to come out today and play the way I did and then stay present and hit the shots when I needed, it's so much fun. So I'm grateful to be a part of this tournament and be here competing, and then to play well, it means a lot.
Everyone showed they can get along in this new world order, and that ultimately the Masters truly is a tradition unlike any other. Reporting from Augusta for Fox Carolina Sports, I'm Beth Hool.
Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
Welcome back. Another rainy, wet day. We've been talking about it all day. And again, it wasn't a stranger to the Masters. Sports Director Beth Hool was in Augusta today as they tried to play as much golf that the weather would allow for having the start of the day wrapping up in the second round.
Play was suspended for the second consecutive day here at Augusta National due to these heavy rains. It's the third suspension of play already this tournament, and play was already running behind after a good handful of players needed to finish off the second round this morning. It wasn't until around 11:30 a.m. that the players that made the cut rolled out in groups of 3 with split tee times. The hope was to play as much golf as possible before forecasted heavier rains set in, and it did stop raining for a couple of hours here this afternoon, but when it started back up, it came down in buckets. Galleries were muddy and saturated, and several walkways typically available for patrons across the fairways were closed because of the wet conditions. A little after 3, play was finally suspended for the day.
Yeah, I mean, the ball just goes nowhere. It's basically impossible. I don't really know what you're supposed to do. It's playing so long. And I hit a great shot on 18. I think it landed in a puddle. So it's hard. It's tough. You just gotta, that nothing's gonna be given to you, and you're gonna have to hit good shots upon good shots upon good shots, and you're still gonna have to make some putts and chip the ball, because no one's gonna hit every green out here today. So it makes for a very scrappy game.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we wouldn't miss it for the world. The rain was a bummer for sure. We're uncomfortable most of the day, but I'd do it again tomorrow if it was the same weather.
Brooks Koepka has a 4-stroke lead right now, shooting 1 under for the day when play was suspended. And talking with patrons, everyone I spoke to seemed in good spirits, all things considered. Most were just thankful that they had the chance to get out on the course at all, and many choosing to focus on those couple of dry hours in the middle of the day. Now, there's plenty more rain in the forecast for the rest of tonight, but tomorrow looks much better for both the players and the patrons. They'll tee off at 8:30 to finish off the rest of the third round and hope to have the final round underway by about 12:30 tomorrow afternoon, with full expectations to be handing out another green jacket tomorrow night. Reporting in Augusta, Beth Hool, Fox Carolina Sports.
Carolina, breaking news alert.
An update from Augusta. A scary situation at the Masters as several trees fell while the course was being cleared because of the weather. The Masters confirming this evening there are no injuries, but play is suspended for the rest of the evening. You can see the tree falling here alongside the tee box at 17. That's a par 4 that runs 440 yards uphill. Those trees surround the tee box, and eyewitnesses report hearing loud cracking as the wind swirled around 4:20 this afternoon. The cracking, a potentially life-saving warning for fans beneath those trees.
So there were 3 of them that fell. We were just on the other side of 16. The players had already hit their shots into the green. They were getting ready to putt. One had already put their shot out. And then we start to hear cracking noises from across of 17T. And they started falling. One started to fall, another started to fall, and then one cracked. And all 3 of them fell down onto where the people were sitting, but luckily everyone got away.
We were in the grandstands on hole 15. We just heard this loud clap like it was thunder. And bam! Tree started falling off the ground.
One big tree came out of the roots on the bottom and took another tree down with it, so it looked like 2 came down, completely covered the fairway on 17 and just smoked it. So
we didn't see anybody get hurt at all, but just heard loud claps.
Shut down,
2 trees went down.
Loud thunder. It sounded like it sounded like lightning hit it, and then it took both of them down. It was pretty intense. Shut it down for the rest of the day.
And they're right, shut it down for the rest of the day. They've suspended play for the evening. There's several guys that were still out on the course vying to make that cut, which is also important. Today is cut day, and so they'll hit the course again tomorrow morning, expecting play to start around 8 a.m., weather permitting, of course. And so, but the good news, no one hurt. The Masters and the Augusta crew currently underway trying to clean up a ton of debris from that. We're now hearing 3 trees that fell. 2 of them, it sounds like, completely over, and then 1 of them being pulled down with it and cracking in half. And so
they're those large, huge,
they are massive
tall pine trees.
And I cannot tell you enough how much TV does not do Augusta justice in a lot of ways. One of the ways people kept asking me was, is it as hilly as everybody says it is? And it really is, but those trees also are towering so high above you. You almost don't even notice them just because they're almost just the trunks because of how tall they are. And so to have those fall, but you know, there was a clearing of the course this afternoon around 3 o'clock, and it was kind of a false one. There was about 15 minutes, and I heard from people that I know that are at the course right now, including our crew, that said it was kind of goofy. They were just barely getting off of the course, and they were like, okay, nope, go ahead, you can go back on the course. But good news that they're heeding the cautions, being aware of the weather, and just wanting to make sure that they're keeping everybody safe. It can be kind of an annoyance when you're out there as a fan, and I'm sure for the players as well. But they really said the rain wasn't as much the issue as it was the winds, and the winds really shifting and changing the dynamics out there.
And so they are done for the day.
Done for the day, and if they need to, they'll push this tournament to Monday, and that's important to note. They haven't had to do that since 1983. But they will, and it sounds like they really might have to.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I went back and looked at the National Weather Service chat, which comes out of Columbia, and they, 4 minutes before this happened, put in a note, hey, the front is coming through. The cold front is coming through. Those winds are going to start picking up. They're going to gust 30 to 35 miles per hour here over the next 20 minutes, and then they'll die back down to 20 to 25 miles per hour wind gusts. And 4 minutes later, you had those trees coming down at Augusta National.
So cool.
So isn't it? I mean, it's watching that cold front come through, and that's exactly what did it. It wasn't even a severe thunderstorm, just that cold front coming through.
Yeah, funny, they all said it sounded like thunder, like lightning, but it's just that wind and those trees snapping.
Masters Week Round 2 happening in Augusta today. I know we've been talking a lot about those trees too, but we're going to give you a little recap of day 2 of the tournament right now. Well, the first round, it all teed off yesterday. Of course, all those legends leading the way with Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, Tom Watson. It was Victor Hovland, the 25-year-old from Norway, had a beautiful first round with co-leader Brooks Koepka from the U.S. He's now in the LIV tournament. Tiger Woods made the cut. He shot 74. Hit some leg pain, though. Last year's champ, Scottie Scheffler, 4 under for the day yesterday. Of course, all eyes on what's happening right now with the weather. Those 2 trees coming down. We'll have continuing coverage coming up at 6 o'clock, too, as we learn a little bit more about what led up to that initial evacuation.
But we begin right now here at 5 o'clock with breaking news. We're keeping an eye out for damage as storms move through our area.
And we want to take you out live right now from Alice Street in Greenville. Duke Energy crews have been responding to a large tree that fell on some power lines there near this home. We can't confirm that the storm that moved through caused this damage. It likely points towards that, but we're still waiting to get that confirmation as crews are working to make sure that area is safe to fix the power lines and to remove that tree, of course.
And take a look at this at the Masters. That massive tree we were telling you about. This is a look, a still shot. It looks like there might be two of them even. One uprooted. Then there's that other one to the left side of that photo. So this looked like it happened too right near a tee box. We can tell you that weather has caused suspended play at the moment there for round 2, but we're working to get more information about what happened exactly, and hopefully everybody's okay too.
That's right, second suspension of play today down in Augusta, and really just those high winds, as you can see, kind of ripping through the area, and you guys have been saying that it's going to be a rough couple of days down in Augusta in the Masters.
Well, you know what's crazy is we haven't had any severe thunderstorm warnings, so all of these winds are lower than 60 miles per hour.
And still causing
this
damage.
They're still causing this amount of damage.
We began with some of the top golfers in the world teeing off in Augusta tonight. Now, one of the biggest draws to the tournament is none other than Tiger Woods. This is a look as fans and golf enthusiasts watch the 82-time PGA Tour winner play across the course. The last time he won the Masters was in 2019. Right now, though, he is tied for 54th, but we will have more on the Masters as the tournament continues. Welcome back. One of the great things about visiting Augusta National during Masters Week is sharing a love of golf with younger generations and creating family traditions.
Yes, but for one man, a family tradition's a little bit bittersweet. Nick Proto shares how a man is honoring tradition and a loved one.
One of the great traditions here at Augusta National is when players skip their tee shots over the pond here at 16. It's become so popular in recent years, they actually sell a Skip It hat now in the shop. And for one patron I talked to, this year it's an emotional experience as he's watching these skips for the first time without his father. It's Robert Lazinski's favorite part of the Masters, the famous skip on the 16th hole. He first saw it in 2002 when he made his first trip from Michigan to Augusta National with his dad.
It was a practice round. It was like a Monday, and we're hearing all this yelling, and we're like, my dad's like, well, what the heck is going on? It's not a tournament time. I said, oh, we'll just follow the sounds.
Those sounds let him hear
Big bounce.
The 16th green.
Get up.
And his dad was hooked.
And he looked at my brother-in-law and I and said, put my chair right here. This is where I'm going to sit. And he just loved it.
It became tradition for the Lazinskis. But this year,
man, they hit good.
There's an empty chair where Robert's father used to sit.
Last year, he said at 95, he was like, boy, I'd really love to go to Masters one more time. But unfortunately, passed away in January.
Being on the course feels different this year.
We shed a few tears on the walk down here. Just looking at some of the trees that he had to stop at because it was such a long walk.
But being back in his father's favorite spot, seeing his father's favorite tradition, brings back the memory of his favorite person.
It's fantastic. I tell you, I get choked up.
And Robert tells me one of his dad's favorite things was also seeing the turtles out here. And as we were talking, we actually saw one across the pond. And actually, as I'm here talking now, there's one still behind me. So a little sign that his father's still with him watching his favorite tradition.
Well, the Masters first round started today. We'll have coverage of that tournament all week right here for you on Fox Carolina. Love sharing stories like that, too. And while it's game on at Augusta Nationals, day one of the tournament is underway. Caddy Chris Scott.
Caddy.
Yeah, was out in Greenville celebrating the start of the tournament, his favorite time of year, at Haas Family Golf, right down the road from us here at Fox. He's learning all the best tips and tricks as
okay, where is he? Where are you on here?
Not until after this, I think.
Okay.
Well, I'll be glad to come up and...
If we can attract the junior golfer, introduce them to the game, it's a game for a lifetime. You know, if you start at this age and you can play it from now until the time you can't walk anymore.
Well, Haas says he wants Haas Golf to be something the local community can be proud of in order to help create family traditions for many more generations to come. And I got to say, my dad, big golfer. And so when he was visiting, we checked out Haas Golf and went to the driving range. My dad was teaching me some tips and tricks. Probably need some lessons, though.
They're the most they're the nicest people in the world. I just love being around them and meet them, and got together with Bill and Jay Jr. and Jay today, and they're just so genuine, so nice, and they have been very successful golfers. All three of them have, and we've got a full interview with all of them and their thoughts and talk about the Masters coming up at 6 o'clock, I think, somewhere around 6:30. So
really looking forward to
I want to
And
make
they
sure
do
they're
offer
watching.
lessons there.
Yeah. They do offer lessons there. Jay Jr. actually gave me a lesson.
Cool.
Well, we didn't get the video of that, but he taught me a couple of little things, and we'll see how it turns out on the course.
That's
I'll have
it.
to go
Can't
play.
wait. And looking sharp, too.
Thank you, sir.
All
Appreciate
right.
that.
All right.
Love this week.
Yep. And nature lovers, mark your calendars. Thousands of fireflies are set to put on a show later this spring, and you have a chance to watch it in person.
Park with their home opener, but the Masters.
What is it? The Masters? What is the
Masters, Chris?
I don't understand this Masters thing you talk
I
about.
don't know. I mean, the green jacket.
Yeah.
Something else.
This is the only time of the year I get to wear it. That's the great thing about it. Yeah. Masters is my week. I love it. Everybody loves this tournament. The Augusta is the most beautiful place in the world if you've never been, and I urge everybody to take a trip down there and do that. We had an opportunity today to talk to 3 professional golfers in the upstate who have a lot of Masters ties, and it's the Haas family, and we were able to spend a little time there today.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, perfect. That was a lesson my dad gave me when I was about 12 years old.
I always thought the range had good bones.
My dad called my brother and I and said, hey, would you guys want to buy a range with me? And we were both, what? What are you talking about? We were both very surprised, had no idea that he always wanted a range.
What's great about this facility, rain or shine, we've got covered hitting areas, we've got natural grass, any type of surface they want to hit off, putting, chipping.
As a kid, we had a club in our hands early, but then we didn't care about golf. You know, that was what Dad did. We assumed that's what we're going to do. We want to play basketball, baseball, not so much football, but soccer, any other sport basically except golf. All right, so this position right here, I want you to actually be straighten this arm out. But then as we got older, we obviously grew to like it and wanted to play it, and I always assumed that I would play it.
People ask me a lot, what would I have done if I hadn't played golf? And I have no idea. I was kind of all in. All my chips were in. And I was fortunate enough to be able to make a living at it and enjoy going to work every day. So it's been a blessing for me, my family. It seems like golf is such a big part of my immediate family and extended family as well.
Yeah, great conversation with them, Chris.
Oh, I'm telling you, we had the best time with them for sure.
And they're right down the road from us.
Yeah, they
here.
are. Yeah, they are.
From Fox
They
Carolina
do great.
On
We'll
Pelham.
have more. I even got a lesson today. See how it works.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, the par 3 contest at the Masters that happened yesterday, it's always a fan favorite because you have all the kids, the wives are out there too. This started back in 1960 where the wives and kids, they caddy for their dad. 102 hole-in-ones during the par 3 contest. But this is interesting. No par 3 winner has ever actually won the Masters.
Yeah, and I think Hoge, H-O-G-E, I think his last name was, who won the actual tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And a kid from Norway.
The video's great.
Kid from Norway, Hovland, is leading after today so far.
Oh, I
That was
saw
the last
that.
time I saw that. Yeah, he's from Norway. So
all the updates there.
par 3 is beautiful. That's always a lot of fun to watch and to do. So.
The mini caddy outfits for the kids.
Adorable.
White caddy
I'm eating that up. That's great.
It is really the best. So many cool traditions, of course. And we're watching it. We're hoping the weather holds on for them there in Augusta.
Today's been okay. We've just had kind of some spotty showers. Some of it's kind of close to Augusta right now. We'll have a better chance, though, Friday and Saturday for here and in Augusta as we have this first alert weather day.
We're on the eve of the Masters teeing off at Augusta National, and for all the turmoil professional golf has gone through the last year, the Masters is really providing some reprieve from that.
That's right. Sports director Beth Houle has more on how the PGA players and the LIV Tour players are getting along.
The golfers who have signed with LIV have been banned from playing in PGA Tour events, but the PGA Tour doesn't run the Masters or any of the other majors in golf. So Augusta National was able to rule independently and said, at least for now, the LIV players are eligible. They extended 18 golfers an invitation this week. Some of those big names that signed with LIV include three-time Masters winner Phil Mickelson, along with 2020 champion and South Carolina native Dustin Johnson. The LIV Tour players and PGA Tour players like Rory McIlroy, who has been outspoken against the LIV Tour, have been asked all week about the new dynamics of this field.
For me, it's the same. I mean, all my buddies, they're still my buddies, and, you know, we play, and it's still golf, so it doesn't matter where you play at.
I think this tournament is bigger than all of that. You know, it's a narrative and it's a storyline, but, you know, the Masters and the four major championships sit above all that noise, and that's the way it should be this week.
The fans seem to be following a similar script this week, with most of the people who don't love the LIV Tour or the players being here not wanting to talk about it on camera. But the vast majority excited to see some faces that they've missed.
They qualify, let them come play. You know, I'm not a big LIV fan, but that's for another day. This is the Masters. Everybody's been respectful. It's Augusta National. It's a different place.
A lot of the players that went to LIV, we love them, and so we're happy that, you know, everybody can kind of be one again.
However it turns out, it turns out. I mean, I appreciate the PGA. I can understand the LIV. I'm torn, but, you know, just want to see good competition.
The LIV Tour has been criticized from a lot of different angles, but one of the biggest thorns remains Greg Norman. The former #1 golfer and now LIV Tour CEO did not receive an invite to Augusta National this week because of his combativeness with the PGA.
Primary issue and the driver there is that I want the focus this week to be on the Masters competition, on the great players that are participating, the greatest players in the world, which by our decision in December, we ensured that we were going to honor and be consistent with our invitation criteria.
Norman and his comments have created an even bigger divide than likely would have naturally occurred. Five-time Masters winner and fan favorite Tiger Woods has said he doesn't think the two tours can coexist as long as Norman is in charge of LIV.
All right, well, we're now looking at the weather. So we've got the drama between the players, and we have the drama in the sky.
Yeah, I know it.
All the drama.
I know. And you know,
Drama for your mama.
And you know it's going to be a little bit...
We are on the eve of the Masters officially teeing off at Augusta National. And for all the turmoil professional golf has gone through this last year, the Masters is really providing a reprieve from all of that.
That's right. Sports director Beth Houle has more on how the players from the PGA Tour and the LIV Tour are getting along.
The golfers who have signed with LIV have been banned from playing in PGA Tour events, but the PGA Tour doesn't run the Masters or any of the other majors in golf. So Augusta National was able to rule independently and said, at least for now, the LIV players are eligible. They extended 18 golfers an invitation this week. The LIV Tour players and PGA Tour players like Rory McIlroy, who has been outspoken against the LIV Tour, have been asked all week about the new dynamics of this field.
For me, it's the same. I mean, all my buddies, they're still my buddies, and, you know, we play, and it's still golf.
I think this tournament is bigger than all of that. You know, it's a narrative and it's a storyline, but, you know, the Masters and the four major championships sit above all that noise.
The fans seem to be following a similar script this week, with most of the people who don't love the LIV Tour or the players being here not wanting to talk about it on camera. But the vast majority excited to see some faces that they've missed.
They qualify, let them come play. You know, I'm not a big LIV fan, but that's for another day. This is the Masters. Everybody's been respectful.
A lot of the players that went to LIV, we love them, and so we're happy that, you know, everybody can kind of be one again.
I'm torn, but, you know, just want to see good competition.
The LIV Tour has been criticized from a lot of different angles, but one of the biggest thorns remains Greg Norman. The former #1 golfer and now LIV Tour CEO did not receive an invite to Augusta National this week because of his combativeness with the PGA.
Primary issue and the driver there is that I want the focus this week to be on the Masters competition, on the great players.
Norman and his comments have created an even bigger divide than likely would have naturally occurred. Five-time Masters winner and fan favorite Tiger Woods has said he doesn't think the two tours can coexist as long as Norman is in charge of
Masters Week, and golf fans from all over the upstate and the world have descended onto Augusta to watch the players tee off.
Now the tournament gets into full swing tomorrow, but before that, fans say they have been having a lot of fun during these practice rounds, exploring the grounds, seeing some of their favorite professional golfers, and shopping is a pretty big activity too. Beyond that, fans say they just love being able to connect with other people and with their families and friends. Many of them share their love for the sport, of course, with the younger generations, pass it on. And while those experiences may cost them a pretty penny, they say it's worth it.
We have a list, for the husband, the son, the daughter, everybody, the friends, and
the nephews.
But of course, we have to buy ourselves about 3 hats.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about $400. We are contributing to the economic base of Augusta. It is the mecca of golf. Beautiful scenery. The golf course is always in just great shape, and just meeting great people here in the city of Augusta.
And our sports crew will be there all week, so make sure to stay tuned, and we'll have continuing coverage of the Masters in round 1 tomorrow. Masters Week kicked off yesterday, and now the practice rounds have started. I know, big one for the fans. They always love those practice rounds.
Yeah. I think so. I mean,
pretty big.
Ultimately, they just want to get to Augusta, right? Enjoy all the scenes.
It's a bucket list for so many golf
Maybe a
fans.
couple sandwiches.
Egg sandwiches,
Yeah.
tomato cheese, is that the other one?
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're already there in Augusta, and they're ready to see the players off because we know Tiger's there as well.
Yes.
Also, the same par as our Tiger, Sports Director Beth Hool is there to share in their excitement.
Yeah, the practice rounds are well underway, and fans have been making their way around the course. Plenty of people telling me that they've been able to hit all 18 holes today, and that was a big priority for a lot of folks, having the chance to come out and really see the course in some of these historic spots around Augusta National.
My goal was to walk the whole course and see the whole course. It's pretty important to me. So.
And how have you done on that?
We've seen every hole, I believe. So it was. It's been a lot of walking. It's been exciting. I got to bring my wife out here for the first time, so really excited.
Does it feel like you've walked the whole course?
Yes, absolutely. Knees are hurting, feet are hurting, but it's all worth it.
Wear comfortable tennis shoes because you know what? I think we've clocked in about 6.5 miles so far today, and we got a little more to go. But yeah, it's definitely worth it.
It's probably the most amazing sporting event in the world, and I would say visit every hole that you can. Definitely go to Amen Corner.
And talking to people, I was looking for folks that were from South Carolina, but I met people from all over the country. A lot of people from the southeast, of course, but also a couple of groups from Southern California and a gentleman all the way from Hawaii. He said that he's been putting his name in the lottery for years. He finally drew success this year, and he had to make it happen. Everybody's best advice, if you continue to put your name in that lottery each and every year and you come up without, they say just keep trying because it is so worth it. Reporting for Fox Carolina Sports from Augusta, I'm Beth Hool.
Also here in the